What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is for entertainment purposes only. So if you saw my last video on XRP, I sold some of my XRP to buy a 100-ounce silver bar. I actually thought that I bought more XRP, but I haven't slept much in the last 5 days because of my my eye. And I went and checked. I didn't actually buy back in. What I did was transfer money from my checking account to Coinbase. So as of right now, I have 6K in XRP, but it's off chain. So I pulled it off and put it into my own personal wallet. It's off chain. It's safe, right? It's just over there. It's all profit. I don't care. I'm not pulling it, even though I think a pullback's coming. I'm going to leave it and let it run. But the $2,500 that I thought I deployed, I didn't actually, and I'm glad now that I didn't. Because I've had a little bit more time to dig and really look at these charts. And I do think that we are due. We are extremely due for a bigger pullback. Because if you think about it, I mean, you have to look at a lot of different things. You have to look at the Fed, the president, the news, the narrative. I mean, you have to look at a lot of stuff, right? And put it all together. We had Donald Trump announced as the president, the SEC chairman, all of that. He stepped down. And then we had these ETFs announced so that Wall Street could get in on some of this XRP and crypto, right? All that stuff was announced, and it created hype, and it pushed price up. But if you think about it, none of those ETFs have been officially locked in and up and running and approved, and you know what I mean? They're not all active. So a lot of money hasn't actually started to flow yet. And then Donald Trump's not the president yet. He hasn't lifted any regulations yet. I mean, there's a lot of things that have not happened yet. I think this initial wave was in anticipation for what's to come. But if you think about it logically, and I think this is something that I've learned in the foreign exchange market over the last 4+ years that I've been trading it and watching price move and how it moves and different candle formations. And I feel like I have learned some things the hard way, but you have to put yourself in the seat of a big bank executive and say, how would I play this if I was them? You know what I mean? You have to think that way. So if you look at Bitcoin and you say down here, we had a market top, bottom. This would be an area of accumulation for the big banks. And then we had another small one here. So this is accumulation zone B. And then here's C. So we have 3 accumulation zones, or pullbacks, or corrections, whatever you want to call them. And then we had a move in between. And now we have this move going up. So we've broken this area of resistance, which was the rim of the cup. We've never retested it yet on a higher time frame. Doesn't mean we will. But I looking at a lot of different cryptos, like if you look at XRP, it looks like momentum has stalled. So let's go to XRP. Let's go to the daily chart. I think that's zoomed out or in enough. So here's XRP. Right, we had this little pennant formation here. We had another pennant formation here. We had a break. Another break, which this could have been a ascending channel in the middle, a bigger correction, but then we have this move here. And as of right now, this looks like a bull flag, but this is what I've learned in the foreign exchange market, is just because something looks like something now doesn't mean that that's what it actually is. Sometimes you have to let price kind of play out for a little while. So I noticed that we had major momentum. A little pullback, another move, we got a lower high. We came down, and there's definitely buyers. There's a lot of buyers below $2 for XRP, $2 and lower. I mean, there's a bunch of people sitting down here going, I want in, right? So price came down to 190 and bounced. Right, it pushed hard. That's a very bullish candle. But you notice we didn't get the follow through. We did not get the follow through. This is lacking momentum. But if we zoom down to a lower time frame, this could be just a move into a consolidation pattern for one more move to the upside, but I would not get excited for that yet. Because this is where things get tricky. Because this, let's say this thing shoots up one more time. Right, this is a consolidation in the middle here. This shoots up. You know, there's a possibility that, I mean, this is going to be a volatile week. We have a lot of red flag news. We have the Fed meeting on Wednesday with the interest rate decision. We could get a drop, something like this, and this could end up being a bigger expansion pattern here. You see how it looks like a bull flag, but it may not be a bull flag kind of thing. You know, or, you know, maybe this shoots up and we get something like this. And it's another, like, you know, ascending channel. So I think it's just, it's too early. It's too early for me to, I don't want to throw down right now. I think I'm going to hold off and just see how price moves. I want to, it's one of those things. You have to keep up on the news. You have to keep up on the narrative. You have to keep up on everything that's going on. And then look at the chart price and say, what should we be looking for? It's tough. It really is. But I would say for me, right now, what I am looking for is XRP between, I would say, $1.80 to $1.40. If I see XRP down in this zone, I'm not going to hesitate. I will not hesitate. So I got a small prediction here, guys, because, you know, I've fallen for this many times. Not in crypto, but in the foreign exchange, the most volatile market. But you have to understand that these markets, a lot of them, it's based on an algorithm, and it's done in such a way to screw with you and screw with your emotions. And I've had to learn this. You know, it's easy to hear that and say, okay, well, I need to be careful of that. And I've heard this a million times, but I still felt for it a million times. It's like one of those things that you have to stick your hand in the fire and get burned a few times before you actually learn your lesson. So I'm not very good at being told how to do something. I mean, I might grab bits and pieces from it, but the way I learn is by getting burned. That's just me, and I think that's a lot of people. And I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's human nature. But think about this for a second. Think about this. If you're the big banks, the algorithms, or let's say XRP, this looks like a clear-cut bull flag. Here's the flagpole. Here's the flag. It's waving. Bullish. Buy me, man. right? It shoots up to like $3.20, let's say. What is that going to do? It's going to look like that bull flag's confirmed, right? It's pushing up. I would think, to me, though, that this would have to come down one more time before it breaks. That's possible. But let's just say this bull flag actually looks like a bull flag. It comes down one more time, whatever. Pushes up to 320. That's going to trap. Potentially. You know what I mean? I would say if this happens, especially with not enough, news, fundamentals, all this other stuff to actually drive it home and get the big guys buying, then this little move here is going to trap retail and smaller guys saying, well, if I don't get in now, I've already missed all of this. If I don't get in now, I'm going to miss the entire move, right? So you end up buying in at $3, let's say. Oh my God, I'm going to miss it. I need to get in. You YOLO, you're $5, $6, $7, $8,000 in at $3. And then after you do that, let's say this does this, comes up to 3, and then we get a drop, correction, drop, something like that, and then this ends up being a completely different pattern, right? You bought in at $3 and it came all the way down to $1.50, so that $8,000 or whatever you invested just got cut in half. So your $8,000 turned into $4,000, and now you're freaking out because you're like, what the hell, man? I better get out before it goes to zero. Because I got bills to pay, and people tend to over risk because they think that it's going to be that easy. Everything's going to the moon. I'm going to make a shit ton of money. You over risk. You bought in at 3. You see your money cut in half, and you freak the hell out. And then what happens? You panic, and you sell. So you're your worst enemy, I've learned. This is the very first thing I've learned in trading, is that you, yourself, are your own worst enemy. You are responsible for all your losses, and you are responsible for all your wins. You're the one that pushes the button to take the loss. It's no one else's fault but yours. As soon as you push that button, I'm accepting the loss. That's your fault. Because if let's say it goes down to $1.50 and that's the exact point where it bounces and skyrockets to unheard of levels, right? And then you're looking back going, what the hell just happened? I bought at 3. I lost half my money. I sold it $1.50. And it bounced at 145 and launched and went to... Son of a gun, I was right on the direction, but I was wrong on where to get in. And you don't know how many times. You have no clue how many times this has happened to me in the foreign exchange market. But I feel like I've been learning from that. So that's why, with everything that I'm collecting, all the information that's coming to me right now, I am not buying any XRP until we let things play out just a little bit longer. But I would say between 180 and 140 would be my target zone for some money. For sure. Maybe not go all in, but I would definitely throw down a good chunk of money between 180 and 140. Alright guys, here it is. So, there's no really direct way to short the dollar besides buying the euro. And if you look at the Bretton Woods, and that's expired, and it seems like world reserve currency status is kind of, a lot of people are flowing away from the dollar and maybe more into the euro, it seems like. So, yeah, this, and beyond that, this chart pattern looks good. Just like XRP, traded it because of a chart pattern, then looked into it. This looks like a great chart pattern right here, and it's on the monthly chart. Like higher time frame chart patterns are gold. Bottom, move, consolidation, continuation. That's what I want to see. So I really think we're looking to buy in the golden freaking pocket. But we have to be careful in the foreign exchange because it's 50x leverage. You get in too soon, too early, whatever. They manipulate the market, they swing it too far, and you get margin called and lose your ass. And it's happened to me so many times. So you have to be patient and be smart. So I've been sitting on this position for 2 weeks, hoping for a little more action. It's not happening. We got the Fed meeting coming this Wednesday. So I would say this is probably going to tick up a little bit higher. Monday, Tuesday, start coming down. And we might touch this trend line again Wednesday, or potentially even sweep this low and then start heading up. That's what I'm going for, right? Again, I could be completely wrong. And we break through this trend line, it just crashes. But, you know, we're going off the chart pattern. We're going to look at the pattern and trust in the pattern. And if you look at, like, you know, Trump and the Fed and wanting to lower interest rates, it all lines up. It all lines up perfectly. So this Euro USD position, if this can push up and get to like 150, 160, 180 bucks, I'm going to take profit on it and get out if I can before Wednesday. And I have another pending order for Euro sitting at 1.04050, just a hair before 1.04000. Nice even round number right at the trend line. Probably banks will have orders set right at those even round numbers. Might nudge this up a little bit. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Right at the shoulder line of that candle. Done. You know, because this is like $100. This drops down to here. No, that's too far. There we go. Yeah, if from here to here is about $100. So from here to that wick, that's too much risk. But from here to the bottom of that wick, I could handle as long as I made some profit off of this little push up. So we make 180 on this push up. We take it, we get out, and if this comes down and we have some drawdown, well then, fine. Because we made it on this little rip here, and we'll see what happens. You know, Aussie USD, I was looking for a buy this week under this wick here. From here to trend line, we made it into that area. I bought, it pushed up, but it came screaming back down fast. So I put a pending order at break even. I think I made $5. It took me out. I freed up that money. I don't think these are done. Going down, I think we'll hit a bottom at Wednesday. But Aussie USD could, you know, who knows? We could even, like, it really depends. I mean, we could get a volatile wick that sweeps like this, or maybe we just hit we already did. Yeah, I don't know. I want to be careful, because the foreign exchange market gets a little crazy sometimes. So as of right now, that's my plan. It's just my main focus is the euro right now. I want to get in the euro, have the Fed meeting happen, have euro start going up, and then we'll work on maybe Aussie USD or NZD USD on a pullback and scale into those. Because if euro's going up, then so should those. You know what I mean? Most of the majors move the same. And then the retirement portfolio, the only thing that has changed, you know, Lucid, we bought this like a week ago. I was looking to get in at $2. You know, I didn't think it was coming down there again. I bought it 210 and it jumped. It popped and we're at 258. So here's the thing. I'm undecided whether I should take profit at 320. I mean, because that was an easy trade, right? We bought here and we filled this gap. Which gaps always get filled. So we got in at a decent price. It shoots up and hits that. That's a good gain right there. That's a very decent gain. You know, off of a small amount of money. So do we take profit there, or do we just hold out for even bigger gains? Because, you know, these interest rate sensitive stocks have been getting a beat down. Everything else has been going up, like, you know, the Mag 7 and all the large cap stocks. But, you know, the interest rate sensitive stocks have been getting nothing but beaten down for a long time. But if they start to lower interest rates and money's flowing and things are good, you know, these interest rate sensitive stocks should explode like with everything else. And if we can get Lucid to come up and break all-time highs, previous high, we're going to be up like 60K on that. And I'm telling you right now, if Lucid comes up and breaks the all-time high, I'm the fuck out. I'm out. Because I think after this 2025, everything's going to take off, and we're going to have multiple expansions of the you know, the stock market where we're at all-time highs. No, we're not. It's going to go higher because they're going to keep printing money. At some point, it is going to top out, and it's going to get ugly. So I'm looking for one more explosive move. You know, stock market, cryptos, whatever. And I'm probably going to start plucking things. Strategically, that is. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's the plan for this week. Make sure you subscribe, give me a thumbs up. See you later.